David, what role can you take? Who will be the coordinator of the group, by the way? Let's be quick. And who will be the secretary? Judy, John. John, can you coordinate the group? We also give Marianne a breather. Judy? Are you able to do that? Yes? John.
We move.
Yes, Marianne, then to coordinate the group. Timothy, put down, sorry, not Timothy, it's who? Daisy, put those notes. I'm a Dixon, whoever. Organize yourself. Nani, coordinate them. Marianne, the questions are well set there. So help them to read the case study, then the questions are there, they answer them, they be noted down, then we can explore together when we are through. Over to you, Marianne.
Okay, John, you're going to read for us the case study so that we start discussing the questions and get the answers. Okay. John, let's go.
Okay. The questions in the WhatsApp group. So case background.
Yeah.
Sarah is a 24-year-old university student who seeks counseling because she feels anxious, depressed, and confused about her future. She reports constant pressure from her parents to excel academically and pursue a career in medicine. However, Sarah is passionate about art and design. She feels guilty for disappointing her family and has begun to doubt her own abilities. Presenting problems: low self-esteem, anxiety about the future. The third one is difficulty making decisions. Number 4, feelings of guilt and sadness. And the last one, conflict between personal desires and family expectations. So the discussion questions, we start with the first one. What signs of incongruence did Sarah demonstrate?
So either one.
She does not understand her self-concept well, her self-image, and also the issue of internal locus of evaluation. She's using an external locus of evaluation to evaluate whether she has failed. So she's feeling like a failure because she's evaluating herself against what maybe her parents or her family expectations.
David, what do you think also? And please, David, write us the answer so that we can present them to the teacher. So what do you think, David? What are other signs of incongruence did Sarah demonstrate? And do we know the meaning of incongruence? Maybe Irene can at least remind us what incongruence is. Irene, are you here?
Maybe I can read. Incongruence occurs when there is a large gap between your self-image and your ideal self. This results in anxiety, frustration, low self-esteem, and emotional distress. So basically, the image of herself and what she desires to be, there is a disconnect.
So David, you're writing the answer. So at least from Irene, you can get some of the examples of incongruence. We have low self-esteem, we have anxiety. Can we say that difficult making decision and feeling of guilt and sadness is also part of incongruence? Meringura?
Can you come up again with those? So you said there's low self-esteem and incongruence, and what else?
We have anxiety and low self-esteem. So we are still discussing if difficult making decision and feeling of guilt and sadness, if they are part of incongruence.
Yes, so now we are pointing out the ones that are actually incongruent. So there's low
Yes.
self-esteem, anxiety.
The other one, another person, Ashley.
I think feeling guilty is also part of it because it comes as a result of low self-esteem.
Okay. Another person, Faith. Faith, are you here with us today? Okay, thank you, Ashley. Judy, say something. Kare, say something.
Yeah, I've just said that.
Okay. Oh, I see. David, have you seen Faith? Is it Faith who has texted? She has said, my God, what's happening with my laptop? Okay. So we go to the next, emotional distress, anxiety, guilt, and sadness. All right, we continue. Is there anything else we can add there? What about conflict between personal desires and family expectations? Somebody can take us through that. Because the presenting problems were lower self-esteem, anxiety about the future, difficulty in making decisions, feeling of guilt and sadness, conflict between personal desires and family expectations. What do you guys think?
I would say that has something to do with self-confidence. She has low self-confidence because I'd say she's not able to stand up for herself. Like she's lost her voice. She feels like the conflict is coming in because she's placing her family's expectations above her own, I'd call them desires or what she wants to achieve. So I'd say she has a low self-image, but more so she has low self-confidence.
Okay, thank you so much, Joanne. So the next question, imagine now you are the counselor. Imagine now you are in that room with Sarah, who is 24 years old. How would empathy help Sarah during the counseling? How would empathy help Sarah during the counseling? Somebody to give us the definition of empathy. Catherine, we need empathy so that we can answer that question. The meaning of empathy.
Entering the client's world to sense their emotions and experience. Let me just start. The counselor's ability to deeply understand and share their clients' feelings from their perspective, making the client feel truly heard and valued.
Oh, nice one. Another person, I would say empathy is, okay, I also add is like in simple terms, you just put yourself on the client's shoes. Now we are in the question, how will this empathy help Sarah? Someone? Timothy, how will empathy help Sarah? Remember, she's under distress. She has internal conflict. She doesn't know whether she needs to make herself happy or make the family happy. So how is empathy going to help Sarah during the counseling session?
I think one of the things there under empathy is it will help her not feel judged, isn't it? Because then you understand that's what empathy is about.
Yeah, nice one. Ashley is saying it helps her express her fears and emotions freely. Okay, that's another one. Another person. Yeah, Wanjiko says by reflecting her feelings. And another person. Is that all? Soira, what do you have to say about empathy and how it is going to help Sarah?
I also think that she will feel someone is listening to her feelings and concerns carefully.
Okay. All right. We move on to the next.
I'd love to add on that.
Yes, Judy.
I think it will help her to like open up more, especially in this point, conflict between personal desire and family expectations. I think it will help her like open up more as to why the both how would I put it? Uh-huh. Oh
Yeah.
my Lord, it has disappeared.
It's okay, you can
Someone
do
can
it.
help me. I think it will just help her like open up more, especially in those two they're entertaining the personal desires and the family expectations. So she can at least figure out what is hindering her in that.
Yeah, good job, Judy. Let's hear from Mongai and then Mary Ngure. We see what they have to say.
I think about empathy. Hello. About empathy.
We are listening.
Deeply understand, share, and communicate.
Please come again. Let us understand. What do you mean by deeply understand, share, and please?
About empathy, you can deeply understand the client, share, and communicate.
Thank you so much. Yes, Mary Ngure, let's hear what you have for us.
Okay, to me, I can say that it can allow the counselor to understand Sarah's feelings from her perspective, and then it can make Sarah feel heard and understood and accepted. Thus, encouraging her to openly express her fears, guilt, and aspirations.
Nice one. So, David, I hope you are taking note of that. Now, give examples of unconditional positive regard in this case. Someone should give us and should tell us what unconditional positive regard means, so that at least it will be easier for us like to answer the question. Timothy, back to you. What's the meaning of unconditional positive regard?
Unconditional positive regard is whereby you need to show what is called, you don't judge the client. You don't judge whatever the client tells you. So you don't judge, and then you put a lot of love to the client. That means so that now you can win the client. So you don't give the condition.
We are in agreement. Thumbs up for Timothy.
Marianne, can we go back to the first question?
Okay. So
I had raised my hand, so I wanted just to give an input. I hope this helps. Okay, the empathic understanding will help her to explore her fears about disappointing her family.
Oh, nice one, Kari. I'm really sorry I didn't see your hand. I think I'm not focusing so much on the screen, but that's a very good input. David, I hope you are putting it down. Now we need examples of unconditional positive regard. Catherine, Ashley, we are waiting for you to hear what you guys have to say, even if you are text.
Accepting her love for art without any conditions.
You accept you as you are, and you don't have to earn that acceptance. So the family should just accept her if she wants to go with design or any other thing. Yeah, Kare, I see your hand is up.
Yeah, the counselor did not criticize her feelings of confusion or guilt.
That's a good one. Meringura, what do you have to say?
The counselor accepted Sarah regardless of whether she chose medicine or not.
That's very good. Any other person who has an input? Mary, your hand is still up. Do you have something else to say? So I'm going to read what Ashley has written. The counselor accepted Sarah's feelings about wanting the different career path, and Wanjiku says they reassured her that her worth is not tied on her parents' approval. We move on to the next one. I think we have now almost enough. The next one says, how did the counselor avoid directing Sarah's decision? Remember, we are not, we just support them. So how did you as a counselor, how are you to support Sarah without directing her, without giving her advice, you showing her the right way? Yes, Kareimani?
By asking her open-ended questions.
Yeah, nice one. I hope, David, you're taking note of that. Another one. Another person with a different input.
He did not tell her which career to choose.
Yes, he did not tell her, or she did not, or he did not
tell whoever the
Yeah.
counselor. The counselor.
Yes. That counselor can be Meringure, Kare, me, or David, or Soire, or all of us. So we did not tell her what career to choose. Another one. Soire, do you have something to add? David, Judy, Faith, Ashley, Wanjiku, anything to add?
The counselor can provide information, just providing information that will be relevant maybe in those two career paths, medicine and the other one that she wants to take, what is it, art and design, to help her weigh and make the decision herself without necessarily pointing it out. So she can look at her grades, her strengths, her passion, and help her now see the realistic path to take.
Oh, that's a very nice input. That takes us back to were they the helping activities? I can't remember. Somebody remind me. Were they helping activities? Yes. Yeah, that takes us back there. That's a very good input. And lastly, anyone else who has a different input, so that I just don't say we go and then somebody has something to say?
Yeah, one of those tools for helping activities, one of them can be the personal development and what is this other thing, the personal shield that you are talking about, to see her strengths, so that then she's the one who's making decisions for herself.
Nice one. So at least now we have something to go back and reflect on, the helping activities, yeah? Yeah, we need to go back and look at the helping activities so that we can remind ourselves. And yeah, that's where guiding and counseling part of it. Because when you give somebody guidance, you're just showing them the way, like which career, you just help them through. I don't know whether is it one of them? I don't know. I'm just.
We can also add reflecting there. So you can just be reflecting instead of advising.
Okay, nice one. So the last one goes to, what evidence shows Sarah moved towards self-acceptance and congruence? Remember, we said somebody should give us an example of congruence. An example of congruence. What is congruence? And then now we start from there. So, Ida, what is congruence?
It is when your ideal self and self-image are matching.
Yeah, are matching. Now, at least we can be able to answer that. Now, what evidence shows that Sarah, now imagine about the ideal self and the self-image, they are matching. Now, what shows that Sarah moved towards self-acceptance and congruence?
I think for her accepting that career path and voicing it, it shows that her inner desires, her ideal self, she wants to pursue it, and there's something she wants to be. There's a need for her. She feels the need to improve herself or become an artist.
Do we all agree with Soira?
Yes.
All right. So anyone who has a different input? Maureen says she's no longer conflicted. Yes, sorry. Yes, Judy?
I have a question in regards to the definition of congruence.
Okay.
I think congruence is genuineness, if I'm not wrong. Cinderella, because I'm kind of confused with how Soira defined it and how I know it as per now, because I know congruence
is genuineness.
Yes.
Yeah, it's okay because congruence can also be authentic. Yeah, when you're authentic, you're not fake, you're just genuine. So when your self-image and the ideal self match closely, that's you are going to feel authentic. That's genuineness. You're going to feel balanced and emotionally stable. That's why he's saying that when your self-image and your ideal self, they match closely, that's why he's saying that. I don't know. Have you understood, Judy? Yeah, so if your self-image and ideal self are not conflicting, then it means you're authentic, you're balanced, emotionally stable. But if those two start to conflict, that's when you start feeling shame, anxiety, internal conflict, low self-worth. Yeah, that's my thinking.
I have a thought that is a bit, I've not yet synthesized. This part of Sarah is passionate about art. Where does this passion fall? Could it be answering to the self-acceptance and congruence? Because I think passion plays a big role in even the determination of this career and whatnot. So could we say that is a statement that may serve as evidence she moved towards self-acceptance and congruence?
Yes, we would. My thinking, yes, because if you have a passion, that means if you have a passion, that means you understand yourself. And when you understand yourself, you don't conflict yourself. So that's my thinking. Any other person who have a different input?
I think just along those lines, she's feeling guilty because she did not give in to the pressure of family expectation. So there's congruence in that the it is coming from standing her ground and doing what she wants to do and being authentic.
Yeah, sure. So any other input before we end our discussion? Teacher, back to you on studio. Thank you. Teacher, where are you?
I'm here. I was feeling very good when I'm listening to you talking there. Thank you. Now we can make the presentation. So the person who was writing can read. We come together.
Yes,
the person
David,
who was taking.
David, go ahead.
Yes, I will just read as, I had no time to edit anything out, so I'll just read what everyone contributed.
No worries.
It was. Okay, so for the first question, which was on what signs of incongruence did Sarah demonstrate? So we said there was low self-esteem, there was anxiety, there was feeling guilty, there was emotional distress, and then there was family expectation, which did not match to her own internal locus. So those are the ones we touched on, number one. Do you want me to read all of them, or do you want me to read one and then you deal with that?
All of them,
Just read, pass through all of them, it's okay.
Okay, the second one, how did empathy help Sarah during counseling? So we said not feeling judged, expressing her fears freely by reflecting her feelings. She was feeling heard and understood. She opened up more. And then something touched on the counselor. The counselor helped the counselor to understand Sarah better. So I think this one comes back to, if the counselor understands Sarah better, he'll be able to deal with Sarah's case is much better. And the last one is explore her fears better. The third one was give examples of unconditional positive regard in this case. So the examples were for UPR are accepting her unconditionally, not criticizing coming from the counselor, counselor accepting her as she was, accepting her with her choices, the ones she had made, and not being biased about them. And lastly, reassured her that her worth does not come from her family. And then then the next one was how did the counselor avoid directing Sarah's decisions, not giving advice? So that one comes by, we said by asking open-ended questions, not advising on career choices, give information to direct her where to go and find more information about career choices and things, not necessarily being the one giving that information to direct her. And then we touched on helping activities. And part of those things we were talking about, maybe we could do with a personal shield and personal development, so that she can actually see her own reflection when she goes in there with her strengths and weaknesses. And then the last one was by reflecting. And then the last one is what evidence shows Sarah moved toward self-acceptance and congruence. So we had two. The first one was accepting the career path, shows the need to improve herself, to self-actualization. And the second one was we see congruence from Sarah by her not bending or bowing down to family expectations and sticking to her own path. So she's being genuine about it, and we see that's the last part we're talking about, integrity. So she's congruent because she's sticking to where she's going, though that comes with the price of feeling guilty. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dave. We really appreciate a lot of you. Your participation was awesome. You did it very well. I can see you are bringing in the terms of Carl Rogers very well, because that's why I decided to give you the presenting problems, so that when we are working on them, you'll be able to pick very fast. And Marianne, thank you for facilitating very well. And you did it like a good teacher, whereby you are telling them to explain the meaning of incongruence, meaning of emphasis, and condition of positive regard. It was awesome. Thank you so much, Davy, for noting down all those points. We are not taking it for granted, and all those people who participated. I can see your answers are very relevant, very, very relevant. You have been able to pick very well what was supposed to be put there. And I read what you have been able to do there. What evidence shows Sarah Sarah moved towards self-acceptance and congruence, because she is very firm on her choices. And her self-image, the way she was seeing herself, it appears it was working. She was actually moving towards self-discovery. I can see self-discovery there. When we are discovering ourselves, we really say what we need. I'm passionate. And when somebody says I'm passionate, that's where they are. She was able to stand firm and find her condition of worth. Her condition of worth, she was not now defined by other people. She defined herself. This is what I need. And actually, she stood by it. So that was good. And I can also add and say, Sarah's self-awareness increased and self-understanding. She was able to understand, who am I? Who am I here? I'm Sarah. And Sarah is passionate in art. And even if my parents are pushing me, there is a disparity or there is a lot of incongruence, or there is a mismatch. But I'm aware of whom I am. So self-awareness is coming in very well. Where you reported, David said, there was the personal shield, and that one brought a lot of awareness of who she was. And also we can see the incongruence was reduced between the self-concept and the experience. You can see she perceived herself as an art person and not the other way around. She was able to do that. And actually, I can see this girl, she promoted her self-acceptance and self-confidence. She was very confident about herself. This is what I need, and this is what actually I need, and nothing else. And I think the counselor here, by the end of the day, helped this girl to make her decisions based on her own values. Yes. In fact, there is something Kauja talks about valuing yourself. She had her values, and her values had to be accepted. And she meant it. She really meant that, and so forth. There is something you really touched that I felt, let me explore more to help you and also make a light. David mentioned, and I had someone say, attending, they are called what, helping activities in counseling. I want to mention, and you said one of it is personal shield, but these are skills. They are skills and actions counselors use to assist clients in understanding their problems. So when you are using the helping activities, you are using skills and some actions that are going to portray the understanding of the client's problems, so that these clients may feel that they are heard and they can achieve personal growth. And I went further and saw those skills and what actions. One of it is attending. So when you give your client full attention and listen to them and use appropriate body language, like we said, verbal and nonverbal cues, like nodding, maintaining an open posture, all those we mentioned, that one is a very important skill, and it is called a helping activity because it makes your client feel heard. And note, there is attending and there is active listening. When we are talking of attending, it's full attention, giving a client full attention. When we are talking of active listening, it's when you carefully listen to the client. And you are not listening for the sake, you are listening to understand. And you don't only listen to the client's words, you also listen to the non-verbal messages. We say in communication skills, we shall be doing it, kuna verbal and non-verbal messages. So as a counselor, you should be able to do that. For example, paying attention to both the words and emotions, etc. Another helping activity you can use is empathy. That is understanding their feelings. Example, and this one, I think you should be using these words now and then. It sounds like you are feeling overwhelmed by all the responsibilities you have. Or you can say in the case of this girl, Sarah, it sounds like you are feeling overwhelmed by what your parents are telling you to do. So that one is therapeutic. They feel that you understand them. Another helping activity is encouraging. You can encourage your clients. Can I hear examples of encouraging words? Because I told you yesterday, they are called encouragers. We talked yesterday of encouragers in counseling. Which are these words that you use to motivate your clients? Can I hear them from you?
I see.
Very good, powerful. I see, tell me more. Yes, what happened? And also note there. Thank you. All those are called encouragers. Thank you very much. I see. But don't say I see. No, I see. You have to do it appropriately, Davy. Davy, where is John Chega today, by the way? John, are you with us? Chega, my brother. Are you here? Okay, so those.
It seems like
Yes?
is not with us from yesterday.
Yes, I've not heard from him surely. Okay.
From yesterday.
And okay, we shall see where he is. Please, it's good to know. There is also questioning. Very important. Somebody talked about open-ended question. It's a helping activity. Thank you for that. And this helping activity, it is aimed at gathering information. For example, how did you feel when that happened? That's very powerful. Then another one is, after that, you can paraphrase. And because I want to use this one for Carl Rogers, reflection of feelings. Yes, for example, you feel disappointed and hurt by what happened. Then they can confirm. And I like what Miriam said. We are not giving them solutions. We are helping them to find themselves. That was very powerful. You seem disappointed. Look at that word. You seem disappointed. Not that you are disappointed and hurt by what happened. Tell me more. And so forth. So all those are helping activities. You can also use summarizing. Like, for example, you can tell the client, today we have discussed your stress at school and the way it affects your confidence. That is summarized. Today we have, not that what I told you, today we have, not you have. Today we have. Then they will confirm and say whether it is true. Then the last one is where you do second last, providing information. You can provide them, you can help them to make decisions that may help them to move on. And the last one, you do goal setting with them. And I think when you do that, they will be able to improve their way of life.
Teacher.
Yes, my dear.
Guidance is not a helping activity.
Guidance, it can be a helping activity, but in counseling, we call it psychoeducation.
Okay.
Yes. Even guidance can be there because you are just guided. It can be a helping, it is. It can be a helping activity because you are just guiding. You are not giving them a solution. You are just guiding them. I think it's okay, my dear. That one is okay. So helping activities, in short, they form a foundation of effective counseling and they support the development of a strong therapeutic relationship. So they are very, very important for us as counselors.
Teacher, because I was looking at something I had written on the wall. Guidance is helping people to make choices. And then e.g. career path. And in this case, Sarah, it was conflict. It was about career. That's why I asked.
So it is a
helping
activity.
Yes,
because very good. Because this girl is being helped, being guided. Sarah, I agree with you. It is. And very relevant in the case of Sarah. Because Sarah even seems to know what she's doing. But there is a lot of mismatch between what the parents want and what she wants. So there is an incongruence. The family wants this, Sarah wants this. And now it is upon Sarah now because it is bringing a lot of anxiety. This incongruence brings a lot of anxiety, psychological problems. It is also bringing depression to Sarah. It is bringing even low self-esteem. You can see the incongruence is bringing a lot to Sarah. You can even talk of very many things, what it is doing to Sarah. And then when we talk of that guidance from the counselor, it comes in very well because the counselor may try to guide her and tell her, now it's according to what I hear you say, Sarah, where do you think you want to go? Then Sarah says, I want to act because I'm passionate. Thank you. Thank you, Marianne, for that. Any query? Any question, my good people? Thank you. So far, so good. Timothy, yes, Timothy, welcome.
There is, thank you very much. If you look at the case study, about Sarah, and you go to where he's talking of she feels guilty for disappointing her family, and has begun to doubt her own ability. How I in that sentence, then let's expound that. She is saying she is already doubting her own ability.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how do you take that?
Thank you, Timothy. Thank you, Timothy. Who can help me name that? Thank you. That's a powerful thing. When somebody doubts our own ability, can we name it? Let us try to name it as counselors. When we doubt our own ability, can we name it now?
Is it low self-image, Mwalimu?
Yes. If you doubt yourself, so the way you see yourself, you are doubting the way you see yourself, you are also doubting your capability. Yes, I write that. Anybody else? What else? That's a very powerful question.
And I think, sorry.
Yeah, continue.
I think also Soire alluded to external and internal locus there. Mm-hmm. So in that point that you're stating, because then when you end up doubting yourself from outside opinion, then you're referring to external locus instead of the internal one.
I love that. Thank you. You're using the external, but not the, yes. And also, I have also remembered, thank you very much. You write, we can name it, Timothy, confidence, self-confidence. Meaning, this person is lacking self-confidence and the condition of word. When we start questioning ourselves, are we capable? Are we good enough? We lack the self-confidence according to Carl Rogers, and we are determining our conditions of word from what you have just said, David. Is it David or Dixon who has said about the internal locus and external? Please remind me.
Yes, I was reporting on Soira's point. He's the one who had alluded to it first.
Dixon. This is Dixon, or?
Yes.
Thank you. Yes, I know your voices now. Yes, what we are talking about is very correct. There is a disparity there between the internal and external. Because this girl is not confident, her word is being determined by the external, but not the internal. Thank you. And also, Timothy, we can talk here. We can also name this. This doubt is also associated with low self-esteem and negative self-talk. Let me give an example here. Sometimes when I'm just perusing, I see examples. And I don't know where this one has come from. Sarah was doubting herself because she believed she could not succeed in the career she truly wanted, even though she had the talent and skills. Sarah was doubting herself because she believed she could not succeed in the career she truly wanted, even though she had the talent and skill. So the doubt is coming there, Timothy. Thank you for noting that. And it actually gave this girl a lot of lack of self-confidence, fear of failure, anxiety, and so many things came along. Thank you.
Mwalimu, I'd just like to chime in with another thought.
Yes, yes.
All these self-confidence and all the negative aspects about Sarah, could we say also the source matters? So I may be believing in myself as Irene, but who is this who's making me think otherwise? This is a significant other. This is a parent who brought you up. This is a parent who gave you. If they're the ones who are doubting you, I think it hits you more. As much as you may have confidence, you may know you're smart and all that, but this is your parent telling you contrary. I think that also plays a role in the decision and even causing the anxiety and all those depressions. I don't know what's your thought about it.
Yeah, correct. I concur with you because we said somewhere when we were discussing about the self-concept, we said our self-concept is affected by the important people we live with. So the dancing, because of the influence, in fact, I remember that we talked of the influence these important people have on you, they can play a pivotal role in making you doubt yourself. I agree with you, Irene. Yes. It plays a very, yes.
On that note, I would love to add some things on how to develop a self-concept. How self-concept develops. Number one, it forms through childhood experiences. Number two, parental acceptance and criticism. And then culture and society. And then we have success and failures, relationships, internalized messages like you are smart, you are lazy. So, yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. I agree with you. Now, Irina, is your question answered?
Yeah, sure, thanks.
Yes, it is very well answered. So the parents, the culture, the what, they build our concept, how we develop it. From the perceptions we picked from our parents and their culture and society and so forth. Thank you for that answer. It's powerful. Yes. Please keep those case studies well, and if possible, you can be printing them and then filing them. You know, because of the portfolio of evidence. Yes. Those cases, file them somewhere. The case, and you write the date. So that sometimes when the evidence are needed, you say person-centered therapy excerpt. Very important. Because we have done it. Even those things about the personal shield, you can actually make, because by the end of the day, one day, you'll be required to put those things in the print manner. You make sure that you have that personal shield just printed somewhere. Talk about it a bit there. You have that master and what are very, very important. Pile them somewhere. When we do something, please try to pile. Print and keep it safe. Particularly the case study. We did another case study. Please print it and write the date we did it and then keep it well. So that is called evidence. I'm also thinking one time, one day, because I don't know whether those people who can make it physically for maybe, I don't know how I put it now. Yes, Devi, you share the answers. One time, one day, we need to do the practical. I don't know how it will be done online. Those people who could be very near, we can organize. But anyway, that one is a story for another day. But anything we do, like those case studies, please put them well. Remember to write the journals. Yeah, we can arrange. Thank you, Timothy. We can arrange. In fact, for I don't know, that one we shall chart the way forward. When I talk with the head of training, you see, although people like Marianne will be disadvantaged. Marianne, my
Yes,
dear,
teacher.
I don't know what will happen.
It's okay. I'll just be there with you. I'm here.
Very good. You can be here with us, sure. But that one has to be structured well. We cannot just do it abruptly. It is something that will be done in a good manner. Don't you worry. When we shall be doing it, we shall inform you well in advance. What are we taking home? And I think personally I have liked this session. We have learned a lot, particularly from the expert, and the theory seems to have sunk better for me. I drew the ball on the wall and one can pick. The ball is drawn.
I can say something briefly on the self-concept. Something that I actually didn't know is that it is not innate, because for me, I thought there are parts of the self-concept that we are born with, but it's a relief to know that that's not true, that it is something that is learned, and it is also dynamic, that it keeps on changing based on the influences and the experiences and interactions that we have on a day-to-day. And this gives me a certain level of self-awareness that I should be careful with the kind of environment I'm in, because sometimes you might find you're with people who are very negative, and that can actually affect or influence the way we view ourselves. But for me, that's my biggest take home, that self-concept is not innate. We are not born with it. Thank you.
Thank you, John, for speaking a fundamental point. Thank you. Thank you. It's not innate. In fact, we perceive ourselves from the environment. When you go for a meeting, people in front of you, and you come out very fake. We have very fake characters because they are borrowers. Always they are borrowing. Borrowers. Let us avoid that. Let us not borrow everything that comes our way. Thank you so much.
I'll go next.
Thank you, Miriam.
So something I've learned is most of the things that or who we are right now has been mostly shaped by the society, our families, our parents, and our childhood experiences. So I'm just thinking of how I will sit down, go through my experiences, and see how they are affecting my present life. Because maybe there are some of the things that I need to change because they were influenced by certain things. So I think it's a good thing that today we had this class, because I have to change the way I think about myself, the way I see myself. So I have to affirm myself every day that I am. Sometimes you feel there are those small insecurities that everyone has, they struggle with. And today I've learned, like, you have to accept yourself the way you are. You don't have even to judge yourself, just accept yourself the way you are and work towards being a better person.
Powerful. Thank you very much, Marianne. Let us take something home.
I can give my thoughts.
Yes.
Yeah, for me, I think now I've looked at it from now my influence to others. What I say really shapes what somebody becomes. So I've actually thought maybe sometimes instead of speaking, I'd rather just be quiet, because I don't know what impact that word would have on that person. So building a self-concept of somebody, their perception of self is also determined by the external, and I'm that external factor. So may we have the grace to positively impact, or rather just keep quiet totally.
I also like that dimension. It's very powerful. Sometimes we have to be careful on what to say, on what we say to people. We might impact very badly. Maureen is saying, my take home, many people have become average because of relying on others. Accept yourself unconditionally. Reaching is pointless. Listening to the client, give them unconditional acceptance. I agree with them. I agree with you. Give them unconditional acceptance. And something we face in ourselves at concept keep changing from experiences, interaction, and this shapes our behavior. True. Thank you, Maureen, for that. Other people, what are we taking? I should not compare myself with others. That is Timothy. Never compare. Never. That's the worst. If you want to die early, start comparing yourself. You even not even wake up in the morning because you find yourself very useless. Because compete within yourself. Jishide ushide. That's what they say in Mangu High School. Thank you, Kimaru, for that.
My take home, I can see that clearly the problem is surely how we perceive things. It's not the problem itself. It is the stories we tell ourselves. And clearly today that has come out in a big way because it is on how the stories we believe about ourselves. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. By the way, if you give yourself a positive story, you become positive. If you keep on giving yourself negative stories, you remain that's powerful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Rosette today is not with us, or she's somewhere she cannot speak, I think. If you hear her very quiet, you are our new student. What are you taking home? And Ashley is also very quiet. Ashley.
Teacher.
Yes.
I needed to, sorry, we are winding up, but because I already saw it and we had talked about it when we are dealing with Sarah's case, I just wanted to remind people about the attending skills. Is it okay? We have active listening, empathetic responding, reflecting, paraphrasing, summarizing, questioning, clarifying, confronting, that is supportively, and providing information, immediacy, encouraging, supporting, and validation, and goal setting, problem solving, and planning, and giving feedback. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Marianne. Those were the helping activities, or? Thank you. Anybody else so that we can write that? I know everyone is taking home something, that one I'm sure. And because maybe we are not the same, and time may not even be on our side, we really get contented with what has been shared by many people. And I want to sincerely thank you for everything. I would wish that you take that case study and on your own, you can do a lot of it. And then I think there are some elements based on, I'll be giving you a card based on elements, and I'm trying to summarize those questions because I don't want to give you very many in one element, owing to the fact that being an online class sometimes can be a bit cumbersome. For physical, we do sometimes very many because we are meeting each other. And because some of you are far, I don't know. In fact, I have cards based on elements. But I think I should said to you the way they are. Start doing those cards based on elements. We have 5 elements in counseling, and we need to do a card on all those elements. All the classes I have, they have been able to do them. And I don't think it should be an exception. So I'll be sending them, and then I can maybe highlight for you the ones you see them. Then because of some you can do them and as revision, but I'll say the ones you'll do in a written manner so that it is sent, so that it does not become very cumbersome. I'll send all of them the way they are, but you allow me to highlight in every element the questions you have to tackle. Not that you are not going to also discuss the others, but I'll highlight the ones that are pertinent that you can do and said. I was even asking those people who can be able to present their work physically, if they can go to Nairobi campus and drop their work there, if they are within Nairobi or within Thika. Those ones that are not very far, do your cuts and present them there. It's good. So that we only give those people who are very far the chance to do it online. So if you are able, if you are not very far, who are far? Rosette, Marianne. Others are not very far. Who else is very far? Apart from Rosette and Marianne.
Teacher, for me, the issue is sometimes I travel a lot because of missions, but I
Where
stay
are
in
you
Nairobi.
stationed? Nairobi is very near. You can do the work and take it to Kibco, Nairobi. So dear, Ashley, when you do
The
it,
time,
yes,
the
the time to
time,
take. You
the
cannot
time.
get in the time.
I rarely go to town, but I'll see if I'm able to, I'll do.
Mm-hmm.
But going to town is
Yeah,
always,
I write that. I write this question also. Thank you, Nani. You can. Someone is saying, does it have to be Nairobi or Kiambu campus? It's okay. I really go to town. Even Kiambu, I'm okay. I have a class there. Those who are in who can be able to place it in Kiambu campus, I'm okay. Nairobi, okay. Thika, okay. But those who are not able to do that, no, we understand. We understand. If you don't mind, you can just highlight there in the group those who can be able to present their work physically, so that I know whom am I working with online. Yes. Who is the class rep?
Rosette.
Rosette, I think I'll check her number and call her so that, I don't know, but she may not help me a lot, but I needed the answer from you people. Those who are near home, when are we submitting our journals? Thank you. Thank you. When are we submitting our journals? That's why I wanted to know who can be able to do it physically. If you can, then we can work online. I need to establish that because the journals have to be presented. We have 1 month is gone because we have learned 4 classes, so I need one journal. Those are 4 weeks. So a journal should be presented. I wanted to give you a class based on elements as early as possible so that you start doing element 1, element 2. That's why I was asking who are able to bring the work physically. If you are not able, no worries, we shall work the way these are. With notice of time, let me read that one. Don't worry, time, we are not meeting tomorrow. With notice of time, naweza jipanga. That's powerful. Yes, notice of time will be there. Please share the location of the campus location so that we can choose. Thank you. Nairobi is near Bazaar House, just there, Clarion Hotel. That's where Nairobi is. Kiambu is near where? Kirigiti, yes. When you are at Kirigiti there. Thika, it is in Thika town. All of them are in town. Nairobi campus is in Nairobi town, Koja Stage, Bazaar House, Clarion Hotel, Southern House. We can share the location now. No worries. No worries. That one we can do. I want to ease your work and make things easier for us all. Okay, somebody is asking me, okay, which elements are you assessing us on? When we meet next week, I'll give you the 5 elements we assess in counseling, but I can give you element 1, prepare to provide. So I'll be giving you questions based on prepare to provide counseling services. Then the second one is provide counseling services. I'll give you some questions based on provide counseling services. There is another element based on the ethical issues in counseling. There is another element on evaluation, how you can evaluate counseling services. And the fifth one, termination. So they are that way. I will explain next week where you understand. Somebody is saying, Mary Gure is saying, tricky, incapacitated in a way. What do you mean by that, Mary Gure? Tell us more, please. What do you mean by incapacitated in a way?
And I had a surgery, and it's not easy for me to keep on traveling.
It is
So
okay. We have said, thank you. We have said, where do you say? Where do you live?
Utawala.
Eh?
Utawala.
No worries. No worries. For people who are not in a position, do it online, and that's why we are here. We are not going to inconvenience anyone. Anyone who cannot make it, we really get into your situation. But if, please, you can make it with a little struggle, we shall appreciate. If you really can't, because of your schedule,